A rocket attack on an Iraqi airbase has killed one civilian contractor and injured 9 others. A volley of approximately 14 rockets was fired at the base in the region's main city of Erbil late on Monday, just days after President Biden ordered his first airstrike. The latest attack on American forces in the country has sparked fears of escalation in the first serious test of Joe Biden's policy tour. It is not yet clear who was behind the attack. The rockets were fired at Iraq's al-Asad air base that also hosts Iraqi troops. 2 security sources confirmed 3 107mm rockets landed inside the base while others fell in residential areas nearby, killing one person identified by a U.S. coalition spokesperson as a foreign national, but not a U.S. citizen, and injuring one U.S. At least 5 Iraqi civilians were also injured, with one in a critical condition. It was the second attack in Iraq this month and came 2 days before Pope Francis is due to visit the country, which is due to mark the first time a pope has been to the country. It was also the most deadly attack in almost a year to hit U.S.-led coalition forces deployed to fight Islamic State in Iraq, where tensions between the U.S., its Iraqi and Kurdish allies on one side and Iran-aligned militias on the other soared during the Trump presidency. A Baghdad Operations Command official told Reuters the rockets were launched from a location about 8 kilometers, 5 miles, from the base. Al-Asad Air Base is located in western Anbar province and is the second largest air base established during U.S. occupation of Iraq between 2003 and another Iraqi security source and a government official who spoke on condition of anonymity said the rockets were launched from the Baiader area, west of Baghdadi. The air base has also come under fire from ISIS militants in the past. Iran said on Tuesday to post any acts that harmed Iraq's security and denied suggestions by some Iraqi officials that it had any link to Saraya Awliya. Iran considers Iraq's stability and security as a key issue for the region, and rejects any action that disturbs the peace and order in that country, a foreign ministry spokesperson, Saeed Khatibzadeh, told state media. On Tuesday morning, Saraya Awliya al-Dam said it would carry out more attacks on U.S. The American occupation will not be safe from our strikes in any inch of the homeland, even in Kurdistan, where we promise we will carry out other qualitative operations, a statement said, according to the site intelligence group, an NGO that tracks the online activities of armed organizations. The rocket attack came just days after the Biden administration's first airstrike on an Iran-backed Shia militia compound in neighboring. The U.S. dropped 7 500-pound Joint Direct Attack Munitions, JDAMs, reportedly killing 22 at a crossing used by Iranian-backed militia groups to move weapons. The president said the airstrike he ordered was a warning to Iran to be careful and not support militia groups that threaten America. The U.S. appeared to be retaliating for a February 15th rocket attack on the American military base at Erbil International Airport, which was later claimed by the Guardians of Blood Brigade. That attack, in a region run by Kurds, saw a volley of rockets fall within the grounds of Erbil's International Airport and in residential parts of the city. It killed one contractor who was not American and injured numerous American contractors and an American service member, an Iraqi. The U.S. has not definitively blamed any specific group for the outrage or attributed it to any Iranian proxies in the region, but the administration had made it clear where at President Biden's direction, U.S. military forces conducted airstrikes against infrastructure utilized by Iranian-backed militant groups in eastern Syria, said Pentagon spokesman John Kirby. Kirby said that Biden ordered the strikes at al-Bukamal after consulting with U.S. allies, including coalition partners. They were authorized in response to recent attacks against American and coalition personnel in Iraq, and to ongoing threats to those personnel. President Biden will act to protect American and coalition personnel. At the same time, we have acted in a deliberate manner that aims to de-escalate the overall situation in both eastern Syria and Iraq. He revealed that the strikes destroyed multiple facilities at a border control point used by a number of Iranian-backed militant groups, including Kataib Hezbollah, KH, and Kataib Zayn al-Shuhada, KSF. The Green Zone in Baghdad, where the American embassy is located, has been a regular target for mortar and rocket. The compound in Syria had been used by militants to smuggle weapons across the border and into Iraq, the U.S. said. One of the main Iraqi militia groups aligned with Iran, called the Kataib Hezbollah Group, denied responsibility of any kind for the rocket attack. Days after the February 15th attack, a salvo struck a base north of Baghdad hosting American forces and injured at least one. Iran's top security official condemned Biden's attack on Iranian-backed fighters has been slammed as organized terrorism. The airbase came under fire by Iran last year following a drone strike ordered by President Trump which killed General Qassem's. Iran fired 15 Fateh 313 missiles at 2 U.S. bases in Iraq during that attack, Ain al-Asad and another facility in Erbil. 10 of the rockets hit the U.S. airbase and one landed at the Erbil facility while No U.S. troops were killed in that attack, but 109 were later diagnosed with brain injuries from the force of the The U.S. has carried out retaliatory military strikes multiple times, and beginning in late 2019, the U.S. responded to rocket attacks by striking the Kataib Hezbollah militia group in Syria. The two sides attacked each other repeatedly during the Trump administration, and the U.S. ultimately killed Iranian military leader Qasem Soleimani. Iran retaliated last year with a ballistic missile attack against American forces in Iraq. The latest rocket attacks occurred as the U.S. and Tehran explore ways to return to an agreement after former President Donald Trump abandoned the 2015 Iran nuclear deal.